What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Elijah with Smooth Angler, coming to you with another easy tie, yet really effective tie. This is, don't really have a name for it, but a little jig streamer that I really enjoy fishing this time of year, pre-spawn, for browns. Great for Euro Nymphing and indicator rigs. Nice little micro streamer, not a super huge meal for a fish. But super effective, just mainly because the big bead, it's dropping down really deep really fast. So we're going to tie it for you today, just a couple materials, super easy. Let's get to it. Alright guys, I got a size 12 Umpqua jig hook in the vise. It's the Jig 60 with about a 4.5 mil slotted tungsten copper bead. You know, any color really will work for this fly. If you think about a jig hook, you really want it to tie your fly knowing that the hook is going to ride inverted in the water. It's the beauty of these jig flies is they tick along the bottom a lot nicer. So this fly is really good for the Euro Nymph streamers or guys that are trying to get deep really quick. So started my thread. We're going to start off with a piece of rabbit strip, barred. You can kind of pick any color you'd like. I really like the olive because I think what this imitates is a little sculpin pattern. So we'll grab a couple inch piece of bunny strip. I like the barred as well, just for some variegation to it. So we'll start by just taking our thread the whole way back to the bend of the hook, and I stripped a little bit of material off the hide of the rabbit, just to give myself a little bit of room and grip to tie in here. So at the very end of that hook, I'm gonna tie that rabbit strip in. Get a little tighter here. And if you'd like, you could put a little bit of head cement or glue right there just to secure it on there really good, but I've never had a problem with that coming out. So I'm just going to build a little bit of a thread base here so we don't have that big drop right there behind the hide. And don't worry about securing that bead, we'll work up to that. And the tail here is a little long. I like to finish the fly before cutting it to length, because never fails, I'll trim it before I'm done with it and tail ends up being too short. So you want to make sure you snip it off at the end. So next I'm going to take a pair of this, a piece of this Pearlescent flash. Really good body material for smaller flies. Used a lot for saltwater patterns as well. Really nice stuff. So I'm just going to tie this in. And then we'll advance our thread the whole way to right behind the bead. And now I'll take my body wrap and we're just going to make our way up. And you can add flash into the tail. I like it to be a little more subtle. The flash that's in this tinsel does a really nice job at catching some eyes. So we'll wrap up. Don't want to crowd the bead. We'll tie that in here. Snip off. Get a couple secured wraps there. Now what we'll do to create the collar is we're going to create a little dubbing loop here. We'll come in with another little piece of squirrel. We just want to get a couple fibers here. On this collar, less is more for sure. So I'll take any pliers that I have. So we'll tuck this in our dubbing loop, and you can always trim to desired length once you get it in there, or while it's in your pliers. Uh-oh. Get her a little haircut. Well, I guess we're going to roll with that amount. There, we got her in there. Boom. And now you can either spin here, and I like to keep a little bowl of water up my vise or just some saliva, kind of tease these guys back a little bit. I want to palmer them back as we go. Make sure we're not capturing anything. Make sure we really get our loop secured. Boom. Perfect. So the last step here, we'll come in with some just standard ice dub. I like brown. Sorry, the sun is shining in a really weird spot. Just create yourself a little dubbing noodle here to finish the fly. Doesn't have to be perfect, because as this swims, it's going to get nice and wiry and give us a little bit of sparkle. And we'll take our whip finisher. I have no idea where my whip finisher is. Okay, we'll take our whip finisher and get a couple turn whip finish in there. Oh wow, that was terrible. This is not my normal whip finisher. Perfect. Slip our thread, and then now we can kind of look at our fly here and figure out where we want to trim our tail. Always err on the side of too long. I think that'll do, and you can always trim it up on the river too. You know, if you're getting short strikes or fish are just eating the tail, just trim the tail a little bit. But that's it. That's a jig streamer I really like to use this time of year, especially pre-spawn browns. Great little meal for them.